Hey everybody, home inspection today. Right behind me, this is a house we just put under contract. We have the home inspector in the garage. He's doing his thing. What's going to be cool about today is later on in the video, he's got a drone and he's going to use the drone to inspect the roof tile. So I'm going to film that and I'm going to show it to you. So pretty typical home inspection. It's during COVID now, so this is January 2021. And you can see I have my my face mask here, Semperfied. All the Marines out there that are watching, I got my Marine Corps face mask on. We're gonna follow the inspector around and kind of watch some of the stuff that he does. Most home inspectors, now a home inspection is not a destructive inspection, meaning they don't actually take anything apart. It's strictly a visual inspection. And what that means is they just look. So they'll look in the attic, they'll look at the roof, they'll look at they'll turn things on and off, but they're not going to get into a lot of detail. They're not going to, deep dive into stuff. And the reason they don't do that is because they don't want to break anything. There are a lot of times you'll go looking at something in a home inspection and you'll go to try to open a valve or close the valve, or why doesn't this work? And I've seen it where if they move it, they'll break it. Now, we had a realtor one time at one of our houses. We had the water off because we had a problem. So what happened was this realtor at the home inspection just goes out and says, oh, I'll just turn the water on. And he goes out there and just cranks the valve in one quick shot, boom, open. And he blew a pipe somewhere because he didn't know how to do it. And then he turned the water off, but it was too late. It was a mess. And they called us and we're like, well, you shouldn't have touched anything, right? You're not supposed to just go opening and closing valves. You shouldn't touch anything. So that's just something to think about. If you're at a house, I wouldn't mess with any of the things in the house. Let the home inspector do that, or let somebody else do it, but it's possible to cause damage. The home inspectors, a lot of times they bring ladders and then they'll climb up. They need the ladder usually to get into the attic crawl space. Sometimes they use it to get a better look at the roof or things higher up on the exterior of the house, but usually the ladder only makes it inside the house for inspection. Today will be cool with the drone and seeing the drone look at roof tiles and things like that.
Got a lot of debris up there from the trees, all the brown stuff. Tiles are looking good so far, especially around the panels, where all the activity is. So we'll review these again on the computer screen and amplify them if we need to. Just like that.
Nice.
Mission accomplished.
So they just wrapped up the home inspection. Everything was pretty good, a few minor things, but pretty typical for home inspection. This is not an older home, it's a newer home, and it's been pretty well cared for. So one of the things they always do at the very end of the home inspection is they sit down with the buyer and they go through everything. The home inspector takes pictures of everything while he's going around the house. And he puts everything in his report. He explains it to the home inspector. And then they go through the whole thing. The buyer will get a report, like a document that he can look at. It'll have everything all the pictures that he took, every note that he made, and the whole thing that's in there. None of this is warranted, meaning there's no guarantee that if you miss something, he pays for it or anything like that. It's just it's another set of eyeballs looking at it. This home inspector was really good. He did the drone video. He has the thermal imaging where he could see if there's water leaking in walls or if the insulation is missing. This home was really good. There wasn't any of that. But I do have an area where there's the sink and you can see the water droplets. That's how well it can see that. So it's pretty cool. After we leave here, we're actually got to go show some more houses in an hour. So this worked out perfectly. Get this home inspection done and get on to the next house. So we're hoping today to get another offer under contract. We'll see how that goes. All the houses we're going to today are pretty new on the market. We're hoping to be one of the first ones to get in there and see it and make an offer. I'm going to do a whole nother video on sort of the craziness that's starting to pick up. I did a video in the beginning of the year just a month ago about how there's no bubble, and there's not really a bubble, but we can get above the equilibrium price, and we're starting to push. We're starting to push into that above equilibrium, and all that means is that the prices will naturally just come back down, or they'll stop, or it'll stabilize. But the bubble is something different. The bubble is when you have too many houses on the market and the prices collapse, and there's no indication that that's getting ready to happen. So we'll do that in another video. Just wanted to share all this with you today, the home inspection. I'm going to put the home inspector's information on the bottom of the thing, so if you need a home inspector, you can go get his info. He's a really good one. I'm also going to do a video where we just sit in front of the green screen and talk, and we're going to ask him a bunch of questions. So if you get questions for the home inspector, put them in the comments, and then when I do the video with the home inspector, we'll ask him those questions, and we'll give you credit. We'll say, hey, Joe, wants to know this, and it'll be pretty fun. So anyway, thanks for tuning in today. We're off to show more houses.